So, Steve, I just have to first say thank you so much for taking time to chat with
Oh man,
me.
I'm honored you asked to talk to me, man, being the old lesbian that I am, you know.
It's all good.
Nothing against lesbians. Hey, you know, I'm equal opportunity. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. So it's a great honor, and I'm just
Oh, stop. Come
real
on. Thank
privileged.
you very
Yeah,
much. It's an honor
yeah.
for me to be here, man.
Awesome. And with us at Metal Master Kingdom, we even though the word metal is in our name, we don't just do metal. We do like rock, hard rock, and we branch out a little bit as well.
Cool, man, because I always hated all this like subgenre shit. It's like, you know, when I was a kid, rock music was rock music.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Top 40 could have like the Beatles, Cream, and who would be a great example to throw? Louis Armstrong in the same top 10. So I
Absolutely.
mean, that's all we listened to when I was a kid. So you only had one spot, but this was before FM radio even kicked in.
Yeah,
Then it was
absolutely.
all over. Then that's all we listened to was the cool stuff that a DJ would kind of a tastemaker would tell you, like, hey, dig this new record, play side one just to get you to the record store to buy it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I mean, there were people bitching about pirating music back then. It was like, yeah, right. Then when they made sheet music, they make people so they could play it on the piano at home. They were all up in arms. Yet we're still getting paid the same way we did in 1901. I have to say, that's
Yeah,
not really.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on, guys. There was nobody giving themselves $200 million bonuses at the end of the year in 1901.
absolutely. And yeah,
I'm just
the
saying.
subgenre thing, it drives me crazy as
Isn't it
well.
crazy, man? Why can't I listen to? I love Slipknot. I think they're a fucking killer band, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Corey, I've got to know a little bit. I got to know doing a charity event together, man, and I hung out with him, and like I couldn't believe the guy knew who the fuck I was. First off, what a
Yeah,
great singer! What a nice cat! And what a
absolutely.
great bunch of musicians, even though they're the scariest motherfucking thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I
watch
think
I watch a Slipknot video and I have to like sleep with the light on and shit like that. These guys. And then you get to know one of the guys in the band. He's the nicest man on planet Earth, and you go like, well, this is cool, man. It's like it's just music, 12 notes, man. I don't care how you put it
absolutely.
together, whether you're playing through a polytone, playing these amazing chords, or you're absolutely rip shredding. That's like some 7-year-old kid just goes, okay, I might as well stop playing now. You know what I mean? What's the point?
Absolutely.
Everything
I
in
think
between.
I think
I
you
mean,
and
I
Corey
like Joe
Taylor could
Perry and I
introduce me.
like Yngwie Malmsteen. What can I say? And Steve
Yep.
Vai, Joe Satriani are dear friends of mine. Neb is one of my best. So,
Yep.
I always grew up being like, okay, I'm not as good as these guys, but they're friends of mine.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think you and Corey Taylor should actually do something. Do you think that might
I
happen?
just did a different thing, man. Like I was a studio guy. They just throw a chord chart in front of me and say, make this song great. And I'd have to come up with parts on the spot. The
Yeah.
lie about reading every note like this, yeah, I can read music and I could get through it, but I wasn't hired because I was the best reader in town. You know what I mean? It was
Yep.
like I got hired to fill in the blanks and do a solo in 1 or 2 takes because they only had like 2 tracks to
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's now you got 150 tracks. You can do a record by yourself at home and autocorrect everything. And back then, it was like, there was cats sitting in the studio every day, a lot of the same guys.
hmm
See every session.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes we had to play the same tune and three times in a week, and we just look at each other and go, not this
Yeah.
tune again. You know what I mean? You gotta be kidding me. I already came up with a part. And you'd have to make 3 different parts for the same song. So
Yep.
you wouldn't repeat yourself.
Yep.
Knowing the
Absolutely.
first one was the only good one anyway.
Yeah. Being a musician is not easy. I know firsthand as well. Like I'm not in your league yet, but I've recorded like some. I've done.
What are you talking about? I'm only 21 years old. Look at me. I look okay.
Yeah, of course. The because I've just finished recording some music with some of my bands, and just doing the takes over and over and over again. So it's but at the end of the day,
Yes, did you double track your solos and everything go crazy like Zach does? Man, I don't know how he does that.
yeah,
Patience,
absolutely.
patience
So
to learn your shit. I used to do that when I was a kid. I was on the sessions. That was the
yeah,
sound.
yeah,
Wow, double everything. Now it's like
absolutely,
quadruple everything. Now it's like it comes to a
absolutely.
point where
So
it's like it just turns into cacophony. It doesn't sound like music anymore. It's noise.
exactly, yeah, yeah.
And then you compress it, and it gets worse.
Absolutely. So, to kick things off, the excitement right now is both you and Joseph Williams have solo records coming out in February simultaneously.
Yeah.
I heard both records, and they're both
Oh, you
fantastic.
did really? Oh,
Yep,
wow.
yep. Steve Karras sent them to me, so
Oh, well, that's
thank you,
cool.
Steve.
Well, then you tell me because you're one of the few people that have ever heard it. So I
Awesome.
kept it like I recorded it in February before the lockdown, so I could do everything live,
Yeah,
except for the singing. I did the singing that night, same night, one song a day, 8 days in a row. Joe
nice.
spent months on his making his masterpiece. I think it's the best thing he's ever done by far. It's just killed me. Even though we all played on each other's records, I helped get him the deal at the label. I thought, wouldn't it be great if we just put it out ourselves the same day? It's not a Toto record. So I mean, it's supposed to be put it on shuffle. It's about as close as you're gonna get to a Toto record ever again. Because we were just, there's no incentive.
Talk about the inspiration behind the title of your record, I Found the Sun Again.
I found love again, man. I didn't think an old fucker like me was ever gonna fucking find it again. I sat on the couch for 10 years watching Ancient Aliens every Friday night. You know what I mean? My buddy Giorgio, he actually became a friend of mine from me digging the show so much. That's how fucking lonely my life was when I wasn't on the road. Of course, I was on the road 300 days a year between that and Ringo, and like it was like running into a brick wall at 1,000 miles an hour. Pretty weird.
Yeah.
But I found the sun again is all referencing my beautiful girlfriend Ember, who found me it'll be a year ago next week.
Nice.
And she's put up with my shit in this lockdown. She's an amazing cook. She's an amazing human being. Drop dead gorgeous. And she's, for some reason, she loves me, and I'm very honored. So that, yes, I was living a very hard, I mean, outwardly, it looked like everything was on top of the world. Band was on fire. Toto was wailing again for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
Taking the ride again, going, who gets a second chance when you're 60 years old? For God's sake.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, and we had always been working around the world, but now this thing just kind of took it. You know, became this tsunami of madness and humor.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we totally get the humor. Nobody laughs harder than me when I see myself as a South Park character. Family Guy character. I lost my mind. Seth is like one of my favorite humans on the planet.
And the Simpsons.
I love all of his stuff. Yeah, to be a Seth MacFarlane cartoon character, or to be on all these cartoon channels, or have Jimmy Fallon and Timberlake make fun of us, shit like that. Absolutely hysterical. How can you not laugh at that? In the 3 billion versions of the fucking song, and I just want to kill myself now when I fucking hear it. You know, but it's a golden carrot, but remember, carrots fit up your ass too, so it can come back to haunt you.
Exactly.
Don't ask me why I know that. Okay, just don't ask me why and how I know that. But let's just say 44 years in the music business, you get to know a carrot ain't the worst thing. The rubber fist is just getting started.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. It's going to be a fucking normal interview, man. What do you expect? Same old. Yes.
No. It's all good. It's all good. I love that fun with
very serious musician.
Yeah, I love to have fun with everybody that I interview. So this is
come
awesome.
on, Alex. Come on, man. You're a real musician, man. Ask me anything you want. I got no secrets, man. Awesome. Everybody makes fun of my ass, makes up stories about me anyway. So what the fuck?
It's all good. So
yeah, it is my hair. Come on, look, man. You really fucking think I wear a wig looking like this?
Nah, you're all natural. I
get a lot of shit on the internet. Take the fucking wig off, you old cunt. You know, I'm going like, yeah, it's nice to meet you too. You know,
I actually want to ask you one of your recent Instagram posts where you like annoyed the fuck out of your neighbors with the guitar.
No, let me tell you the story about that. First off, this guy moves into my house, moves into my neighborhood. Like, you know, I've owned this house since I was a kid. I've had a few other houses, but I've also had a few divorces, so I got to keep this one. So I live up in the Hollywood Hills. It's it's a nice house, but it's nothing like super fabulous. I don't believe in all that anyway. I got more than I need right here. It's a great little pad, But the guy moves in next door, and while I'm on the road with Ringo, he cuts down on my side of the fence 40 years of growth that has kept me private from everything. And I have a nine-year-old autistic son who didn't know he could get out of the house. So I come home off the road, and this guy didn't just cut a few bushes down, man. He like cut off full limbs on my property of an oak tree, which is illegal to do without a permit. Took everything down. Like he wasn't even there. It's like he just sent some clowns down to like the local, where they sit and wait for a gig every day, like at the construction site or something. They don't have any permits. They don't know how to do anything or anything like that. Yep. So I come home, man. It's like when you go for for a little trim and they shave your head. It was that much radical of it. There was like, I guess the guy writes me and he goes, I think I cut a little much. I had to grow back, no big deal. Who gives a shit? I come back, I'm like, what the fuck? Then my kid gets in his yard. Now my son is autistic, so like no doesn't really mean a whole lot to him at this point. I'm just starting to get it together now.
Right.
So just talking, so that's very positive. I'm very involved in that. I mean, he's not sick, so I mean, thank you very much for your the well wishes and all that. But he's not sick. He's
Yeah.
just wired different. Okay.
Yeah.
Very smart, not retarded. People don't even know what autism is unless they
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah. I have
So many different
one of
levels.
my
Never met two the same. Maybe long story short, he calls the cops on my kid.
really.
Yeah, he calls the cops on my 9-year-old kid after he destroyed my
Wow.
property to get into. So my son found a way out, which caused him to
Wow.
get on my roof and all kinds of crazy shit. It's
Wow.
called elopement. If you look it up, it's not like I'm getting married to somebody. It's elopement. It means he's trying to get out.
Right.
That's what in autism world he's trying to. So if he was on my fucking roof, all kind of crazy shit happened. Anyway, the cops come to my house, and I go, "Hell, oh, you want to meet the perp?" And they saw him and they went, "Oh, Jesus, man." I go, "This motherfucker, all I did was flip him off and go, thanks a fucking lot, man."
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
fuck you, you owe me money. I spent $40,000 fortifying my house so my kid wouldn't get out. So anyway, all this shit goes on. My girlfriend moves in and she chills things out with his wife or whoever makes the money in that house because they ain't him. He's just a fucking pencil pushing fucking geek that fucking and dig this, he's a hospital administrator to make it even better.
Oh wow.
So I fucking, this guy started in with me, like doing cheap shots. Like it's 7 a.m. There's 3 leaf blowers at 150 dB outside my window. Now I live in the Hollywood hills. So the houses are closer together. Yeah, I'm gated off and all that shit. But if you want to fuck with me, that's what you do. And I built it all up and I fortified it and I didn't charge him the money. I just said, fuck it. I'm not going to get into it with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He starts doing shit like that to me.
Right.
So I said, okay, one morning I will, it's like it's 7 in the fucking morning. I don't care who you are. Who does this at 7 in the morning?
Oh yeah.
So I said to my girl, I should set my practice amp up there and just crank it on 10 and just fucking give it to the guy.
Yeah.
And she goes, "How dare you?"
Now, basically, I wanted to ask you.
Don't dare me to do shit because that always got me in trouble when I was young. I did it. I would do it. Oh, you dare
So
me?
I wanted to ask you with your move. Was
But
there
my
any
girl
response from
sort of
neighbors?
she didn't believe I'd do it, and I fucking did it. And so
Yeah.
I didn't even know she was filming it.
Hmm.
So I just was like giving it to him for real. And I'm standing in the cold ice lawn. It's still wet from the dew. It's
Yeah.
7 in the morning. And I
Yeah,
just had this little amp and I just dimed it, cranked everything on 10
Yeah.
and just played some useless bullshit screaming, "Yeah, good morning."
That made me
And
laugh
fucking
so
thing went
hard.
viral. It went viral. I was cracking up.
Me and my dad, when we saw that, we were like having like one of the biggest laughs of it. Now almost every time we see each other, we just go, "Good morning," like you did.
Well, I'm trying to get a ringtone now, man. We'll see if I missed the window. You know what I mean?
Awesome, yeah. But I wanted to ask you, was there any response from your neighbor?
No, man. The guy just chilled out. Now they started on the other side of the house. She's like, they won't talk to me.
Okay.
My girl and his wife, they have a talking, texting relationship. Because I have a sane girlfriend and I'm not sane. So I mean, somebody has to have their shit right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to poke at me first. I'm the nicest guy in the world till you poke at me.
Yeah, absolutely. So
because I've been poked at a long time.
Yeah,
long time.
Awesome, absolutely. Speaking about going back to music, I wanted to ask you. I really love the last Toto album that you put out, Old is New.
Thanks. I
found it really cool. I found it really cool that you brought back old songs that still have Jeff's drum tracks.
That was double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm really curious.
Where you hear his count offs and you go, "Fuck, you ain't here no more."
Yeah. I'm really curious to know, like songs like Devil's Tower and Spanish Sea. What albums were those songs originally intended to be on?
The first one was from Toto 4.
Oh, okay.
We totally rewrote it. Dave had this song. We never finished it. Nobody else go. It was just, and then we all jumped in at the end and said, "Okay, if we're gonna do this together, let's not go through this bullshit with the splits. 25% each, no matter what happens, no matter who brings what. That way there's no argument." And it took a lot of stress out of the room because sometimes it used to get real petty because people realized they were making money off songwriting. A lot of people who didn't really write songs a lot got a lot of songwriting credit because okay, fine. Arguably, you could say that they were the muse but guys that sit around, play guitar or piano, write songs. They're not the same guys that written by everybody. That's how it really works. But anyway, whatever. That's the fair way to do things. I don't have any problem with that. Fine, especially now when you can, you get $6,000 for 1 million spins.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a lot of money.
That doesn't really make sense.
Half of that goes to record company, so that's $3,000.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
between all the percentage people and all the guys in the band and pay the taxes. You make
Yeah.
about 40 cents by the time it's all done. It's
Yeah.
great. Works out great. And that's enough reason for to give yourself a $200 billion bonus or whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah. Would
I'm
you?
not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. Just used to
Yeah.
get paid for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I have to. As a studio musician, you have worked with so many people over the years. Like your list of credentials is like astounding. At this stage, who is still on your bucket list to work with?
Oof. Well, I don't do it anymore. I haven't really done session. I mean, I just did something fun for Mark Letary from Snarky Puppy, which I was very honored to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic guitar player. I don't know what. I guess these guys hire me to make them look better or something like
Yeah.
that.
And right now, speaking of Snarky Puppy, you got Spud in the new version of
But next,
Toto.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't work with lame musicians. Never have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just able
Snarky
I was
Puppy,
able to put
amazing.
this together, and I got turned on to him through our keyboard player Dominic X. Dominic Toplin, who was in Prince's last band, and
Yep.
also, but don't worry, Toto's not turning into an R&B band. We
It's all
always
good.
no, we've always had an undercurrent. The way we play eighth notes is not the same way as say a band like an early '80s band would do.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we don't play eighth notes like Motley Crue. Love
Yeah.
Motley Crue. Love the guy Tommy's an old pal. Love them
Hmm.
all. They're great guys. But
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, we have a little bit different swing to it, just the way we grew up and the way we all play together as a band. That's why it didn't sound the same when other people play. But I found guys that could have it all. They could play weird fusion, hard rock, funk, ballad. Because our band doesn't. If you look past our hit songs, which
Yep.
some people can't,
Yeah.
they just the word Africa and they start, their gums start receding from being
Exactly. Yeah.
repelled. You know what I mean? You should try it from my end, pal. We recorded in 1981.
Yep.
But it's a golden carrot that's been, the least Toto song there is as far as the way we sound when we play
Right.
live. We're a much
Right.
harder band when we play live.
Yeah, you
But,
are.
but we do it all. I'm not making apologies for it. I'm just saying I like all kind of music, so
Yeah,
why don't I
same.
play it? I'm not a musical snob at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it all. I like the heaviest shit to the greatest pop tune written. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Why not?
The way it should
Why
be.
not?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
that shit's for high school. Like what bands you? Well, you can't be in you can't hang with us unless you like this band. Our band's better than your band.
yeah.
Just be like, yeah. Are you into Yes or ELP or Genesis? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was our high school thing. Then Mob Vishnu hit, and then the rest of it went crazy. So
Yep, absolutely. So, just recently, we were all hit with the devastating loss of Eddie Van Halen. I know you guys had a friendship. Talk about your friendship with Eddie. How you guys met and how your friendship
hard
to
for me,
be.
man, because the wound is still very deep.
Oh,
See, Ed and I, it's hard.
if you don't feel comfortable, we can see.
No, that's all right, man. I'm very honored to have been Ed's friend, really a friend. Not just a guitar buddy. Had a beer with him once.
Yep.
40 plus years with him, Al and I. I know all the guys. I love all the guys. I'm Switzerland. I'm not going to be a drag. I'm not going to bad rep him. I was just on Sammy's show. He was beautiful to me, man. Mike's always nice to me. The brothers and I have always stayed very close.
Yeah.
And this, I've been in touch with Al more than anybody.
Yeah.
And Janie sent me some wonderful pictures of Ed and I when we were younger that she found somewhere. And I've been in touch with, I talked to Wolf once, and I'm gonna leave him alone. It's like he's got his mom and shit. This is a hole in my heart that won't go away. And some really strange things have happened around my house. Let's leave it at that. He was a real friend of mine. Okay. We didn't get together and talk about guitars and stuff unless we wanted to play each other something new or brag about our kids. And really, we spent the last half of our relationship bragging about each other's sons because they both play.
Yeah.
And that we always had that in common, the sons and the guitar. We have a lot in common off the gig that has nothing to do with. It's just how we lived down the street from each other. Valerie lived right around the corner from me. It was easy. It was an easy drive by.
Yep. Absolutely.
Man, I love the man. I mean, there's not going to argue about how great he was as a musician. I don't have to. Who's going to argue with him? He was one of the greats to ever pick up rock and roll guitar, changed everything.
Yeah.
And he was my friend, and I missed my friend more than anything.
Yeah.
I missed the roar of one of his vehicles scaring the fuck out of my neighbors on my cul-de-sac and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the lunacy, the way he laughed, and the way he fucking hugged me whenever he came by, man. It was like,
absolutely. Like
the last thing I have in my fuck me. The last thing I have in my phone is just a heart that he sent me.
Wow.
I mean, I mean, I don't think it's
Yeah.
it's difficult for me to talk about because it's an open wound. But I
Yeah.
can imagine how it's family. My
Yeah.
heart goes out to everybody in the Van Halen family.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Eddie. We will miss you.
There'll be nobody like him, man.
Yep.
And I got to be, we know a lot about each other that nobody knows about. And I put it to you
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Since
This
I
year, like,
first met him.
yeah.
I go, yeah, this year sucked. The older I get, that's the worst part about aging,
Yeah.
guys.
This year, like, both.
It's not what I look like. Who gives a fuck what I could look like?
That's all good. Like,
I'm like a
this
fucking man. I
year.
always said if I live this long, I'm gonna end up like some eccentric, like nutty professor, like says weird shit. Well, I'm
Yeah.
keeping into the bargain. So
Yeah. This year, with the losses of both Eddie and Neil Peart, it was just devastating.
I wish I could tell you it's gonna get better, man.
Yeah.
I've already lost almost 80 people in 3 years.
Wow.
People that I work with from childhood friends, three of my best friends. I mean,
Yeah.
this shit is real.
Yeah.
Getting old ain't about the fucking meat suit and who has hair, who doesn't have hair. Is that gray? Is that real? Is that what? Who cares? I'm
Absolutely.
63 years old. Okay, this is who I am. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I made it this long. I'm gonna say what's on my mind.
Yep.
I'm not trying to make any enemies. I'm not trying to make it. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really a nice guy unless you fucking start
Yeah.
with me. That's like,
So I just got like just a couple more questions, then I'll
yeah,
let you
it's
go.
cool.
So I wanted to ask you something regarding the Hired Gun documentary from a few years ago that you were a part of. I heard through the great.
I think if you blinked, you missed me. I think I was the joke about how we wrote "Turn Your Love Around" while Jay Graydon was taking a shit. I think that's about all they kept there
Yeah.
after a 3-hour interview at my house.
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard.
I told the guy, I said, "You're just gonna use the shit joke." I know.
Yeah. I
Sure
heard.
enough, didn't let me down.
I heard through the grapevine that you didn't like it. Is that why?
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't even interview the right guys. I mean, no, there were people in it that should have been in it. There's no doubt there, but where's Carlton? Where's Landau? Where are the guys that actually did the gigs?
Yeah.
Where the new breed, the old breed. I thought that's what it was all going to be about. I didn't know it was going to be about like guys trying to get their faces and jamming on. I was sold a completely different movie.
Yeah.
I'm doing a documentary myself. It actually came to me through the UK. The guy did Springsteen's last. I don't have a cold. I'm not on drugs. It's just sorry. I have a sniffy nose.
That's okay.
You have to clarify everything now because people want to.
Yeah.
A backstory.
Yeah.
I actually just got my COVID test back yesterday. I'm clean.
Yeah.
And then you read Elon Musk says, "Well, I took 4. 2 said yes, 2 said no." So what the fuck are you supposed to believe anymore?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I like Elon. I got one of his cars. It's a badass ride. But anyway, it has nothing to do with anything. What were you asking me? Sorry, look at these. Look at these.
That's very much what I wanted to ask you about that the documentary. But
Nigel Cole was his guy, and we interviewed a lot of people. Slash Ringo, some of my childhood friends, my family.
Yep.
It's not over. I can't finish it because he's in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like we've been locked up for almost a year, man.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And all of a sudden, somebody comes up with a magical vaccine that's supposed to work. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck? God knows what else has been pumped into me through my life,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for some creature inside my body to start eating my testicles from the inside out.
Yeah. So one last one thing I wanted to ask you. It's really exciting.
Alex, serious. Listen up, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Great job, man. It's fun. Yeah,
it's a great chat. Absolutely.
You didn't expect it to be so weird. Okay.
Well, no, it's all good. And this is what I love. This is what I love, man. So it's really exciting that Toto is announced with a new lineup. When touring and playing live becomes a possibility again, I have to ask you, will we see you up here in Toronto?
Yes.
Because it's been a while since you guys played here.
Well, it's been a couple of years, yeah. I can't wait to get out of the house, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to anywhere.
Yeah,
I'll play at the fucking bowling alley. I don't care, man. I want to play somewhere.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
not like with like every 40 feet there's 2 people. You know what I mean? It's not. It's something we've been very hurt as a humanity. Has not heard music much. I mean, it's good to know that people are listening to the music. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Got 3 billion Spotify views. I made so I made my $100 this time.
Yeah, excellent.
No, I'll make some money off that. But what I'm saying. I mean, it's not like the old days. The radio. I mean, there's so many outlets. Everybody's really focused on the genre that they're interested in.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
somebody posts something, says, "Hey, you know what? Check this out. You might like this."
Yeah.
Most people are just really close-minded to their genre and their group of people,
Yeah.
which we've seen how that's worked for politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I mean,
polarized.
I may only been born in the early '90s, but I'm one of these guys that has a bit of like an old soul. Like I wish music still had a bit of the old days, the '80s and the '70s, how it was back then.
It was
So
fun back then, man. We made records for the time. They sent them some of it sounds cool and some of it sounds kind of dated, but
yeah,
it is dated. Shit. It's
yeah,
like, we
absolutely.
started, the January 7th, 1977 was the first time we were in the studio together.
Yeah.
I
So
remember it because I wrote it down.
yeah. And so one last quick thing before I let you go, and it would mean a lot if you could, if this would be okay. I have my brother here who is like a huge fan, and you're one of his main influences
Come
when
on.
it comes to guitar playing. And
Oh,
it would really mean a lot to him if you could just have the opportunity to say hi.
yeah.
Okay, come on over. So this is my brother Marco. Come in.
Hey, Marco, how's it going, brother?
Good, man. How are you? Sorry, I
I'm good.
won't take up too much
Don't
of
be
your time.
sorry. I mean, thank you, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, man. I just wanted to just get a chance to say hi and just say that
Yeah.
I saw Toto last year in October.
Oh, wow. Thank you very
in
much.
Michigan at the Soaring Eagle Casino, and
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it.
dude, of course.
Get on the road to play again.
Oh,
I can't wait.
I hope so. And I want to say that just this whole past year as a guitarist, I've had a lot of growth as a musician and a guitarist, and I can relate it all back to that show. So I just want to say thank you for that.
You're very, very kind, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
God bless you all, man.
Thank you. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
Take care, brother. I hope to meet you in person next time.
Thanks. I hope so too, man.
Yeah, man. When I come into town, now you knew how to find me. You can go, hey, give me a ticket, asshole. I'll go, yeah, sure.
We'll do next time.
All right.
That's noted.
Seriously. I'm serious.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Hey, man, thank you for your time, brother. God bless you, and thanks. Talk to you next time.
All right. So, Steve, that's pretty much all I got for you. I just want to say again, thank you so much
Thanks, Alex.
for chatting with me, and it was a great honor. And like I said, I love the new record. I'm looking forward to buying it when it comes out, and Joe's album as well. And
Joe's album's brilliant, man. Joe's album, man, my shit was done live. I wanted to do something. I had live solos. Okay, that's just me playing. That's really me. That's
absolutely. So
and I had to prove that to myself. Joe, this is Joe's first solo album. I mean, really, where he had complete control and made the record he wanted to make. It's fucking brilliant. I think it's like his Peter Gabriel So, if you want. I know I'm close, but it's fucking brilliant. I wish I'd written it myself. He's got some brilliant performances from my brother Mike Lando on guitar. I play on it some. We both sing and play on each other's records. Paige is on it. Paige is all over mine.
Yep, absolutely.
But you know what I mean? So we kind of kept it in the family as much as the family's left.
Yep. So like I said, thank you so
much. That's why I'm doing this little one-time only thing, so people could kind of get a little teaser what the band sounds like playing some Toto songs, so they can see if the band has what it takes. Yeah, it's getting more.
I'm
looking more time to rehearse.
Yeah. Both my bro and I are looking forward to checking out the live broadcast this weekend.
Hey, for $15, what do you want? What can you buy for $15 now? But like I think you can buy a beer for $15, right? I don't drink.
When you go to a show, yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. People say that I'm high again just because I mumble a lot because I'm not like. They think, oh, he's high again. It's like, no, I'm not high. 11 years for me, okay?
Yeah. So Steve, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time. It was a great honor. And all the best going forward with the solo record and Toto.
Thank you, pal.
Looking forward to seeing you guys up here when it's possible again.
Got it. Catch you then, man. God bless.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Steve.